U.S. seeks stronger North Korean sanctions after missile test. Exercise 1 vocabulary. Ballistic missile. A weapon fired at a high angle that is capable of traveling a long distance before hitting its target. The U.S. has invested considerable amounts of money in ballistic missile defense over the past 70 years. Restraint. Behavior that is calm and reasonable. The police were told to exercise restraint when dealing with the protesters. Sanction. An official rule that prevents or limits trade with a particular country, usually as a punishment. In 1990, the UN imposed sanctions on Iraq for the invasion of Kuwait. Resolution. A formal statement of an opinion or plan agreed on by an official group or meeting. The resolution to cut spending was approved by the House. Dramatize. To adapt a novel or present an event as a play or film. The film dramatizes the events leading up to the invasion of Iraq. Counterpart. A person or thing that corresponds to or has the same function as another person or thing in a different situation. The Secretary of State is flying to Mexico to meet with her counterpart there. Exercise 2 article. U.S. seeks stronger North Korean sanctions after missile test. The UN Security Council is looking at tougher actions against North Korea after it test-fired its largest ever intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM, on March 24th. Speaking at a UN Security Council meeting the day after the test, U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield said, "It is clear that remaining silent, in the hope that the DPRK would similarly show restraint, is a failed strategy." The Council imposed sanctions after North Korea's first nuclear test explosion in 2006 and has strengthened them over the years. However, in autumn 2021, China and Russia called for the sanctions to be lifted. But on March 25th, the Council passed a resolution to allow its expert panel on North Korean sanctions to continue its fact-finding mission until April 30th, 2023. The panel provides reports and analysis on how well sanctions are working and gives the Council recommendations based on those findings. North Korea's latest missile test was the first time since 2017 that Japan and South Korea have detected North Korea conducting a long-range missile test. North Korean state TV dramatized the test to look like a Hollywood movie, showing Kim walking in slow motion in front of a giant missile in sunglasses and a black leather jacket. Believed to be about 25 meters long, the Hwasong-17 is North Korea's longest-range weapon and possibly the world's biggest road-mobile ballistic missile system. The missile reached a maximum altitude of 6,248 kilometers and traveled 1,090 kilometers over 67 minutes. It landed between North Korea and Japan, Pyongyang's official Korean Central News Agency said. Analysts say the missile could reach targets 15,000 kilometers away, placing the entire U.S. mainland within striking distance. Japanese Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi said he talked with South Korean counterpart Chung Il-yong over the phone and agreed to strengthen cooperation against North Korea. Along with the U.S., the two countries will also seek further UN Security Council actions against Pyongyang. Exercise 3 discussion. What are your thoughts on North Korea's latest ICBM test? How do you expect North Korea to respond to further sanctions? How would you describe your country's relationship with North Korea? How do you imagine the majority of North Koreans feel about their government? If given the chance to visit North Korea, would you be interested in going? Exercise for further discussion. Are there any world leaders that you admire? Do you think you'd enjoy working for the UN? What nations do you think pose the greatest threat to global security for the foreseeable future? Would you say that the world is more dangerous today than it was 50 years ago? It's a near miracle that nuclear has so far been avoided. Noam Chomsky. Do you agree?